Now let's see how the Submittal API works. Here we'll explain how to create Submittal items step by step. To streamline the step, in the following tutorial, we'll use the script of this Postman collection. Here we'll provide a set of Postman script to help you explore and play Submittal API. Now let's check it out. First, here's the Postman. Then we go to GitHub, and here we click download as zip and unzip. And Submittal, we have a collection environment here, and we'll import it to the Postman. Click import here, and we'll drag and drop here, and import. Now in warning, the collection exists is because I have this one here, so we import as copy, send to environment. Now we have it here, and then we go to environment and find review Submittals API copied here. Then we need color ID secret and go to DEVCON, and here we use this app, copy color ID and go to color secret. Okay, save. And don't forget to set it active, and we can see here. Okay, now go back to the collections and let's check. Here all our pre-configured settings in this Postman collection. Here we must ensure we have a set add list callback URL to our APS app. So go back to the Develop Hub in the app page. We scroll down, then we can check. Here we already add the list callback URL here. So next we can check the scope. As we mentioned, we need data read, write, and account read for get the user details. And next we can get the access token. And here we can data read and data write and view the account read and allowed. Then we can get the access token and use. Then we can expand this API reference, and here we can test if it works. And here we need a project ID. So now we assume you already know how to get a project ID. So we just quickly copy and paste from the construction UI. Okay. And then add to environment. Then code. Okay, that's it. Okay, I believe you already know how to use a Postman to call the Submittal API. Now let's dive into a tutorial step. This is how we can create Submittal item on the build UI. Click on the create items. It will pop out a form diagram like this for us to fill in the Submittal details. However, as we mentioned in the previous slide, each role has different capability in Submittals, and in API we can verify the permission by inspecting the permitted actions. Then how do we see the permitted actions in API? Basically, it's everywhere in the Submittal API because it's a crucial concept. However, here are some key places where we can often see this field: user profile, items, attachment, package, review step, task, the transitions, and so on. Let's look at the first step of the create Submittal item tutorial. To check if a user have a create item permission in Submittals, we can call a get user/me. endpoint, and then check if it has item colon create in a permitted action like this. Then to identify the role of the user in Submittal, we can look at the value here. And afterward, we can call the get metadata to get the role detail like this. Get metadata, and we can check the Submittal role in the response. And as we can see, the ID equal 1 is manager, the ID equal 2 is user. So many will have a Submittal manager permission and Submittal user permissions. And a Submittal manager can create items in these two states. One is waiting for the submission, SBC-1. And another one is import item. The state ID is draft. Then in this tutorial, we'll focus on this SBC-1. And we can see here the transitions create semicolons SBC-1 and create a draft like this. And we'll talk more detail later. And then any project member can be the Submittal user, and they can create an item in open submitted state. The ID is MGR-1 like this. Then now let's use Postman to demonstrate how to verify the user permission before creating a Submittal item. And here we expand to create user permission. And this endpoint like this. And we can see the ID roles and permitted actions, and we can search items colon create. And here we can see this user has a create item permission, and it can create SBC-1 and draft. Okay, now we already verified the user permission. We log in for a 3less token has the permission to create the Submittal items. Now let's prepare the data for the creation. To create a Submittal item, we will manually call this post items endpoint. While verifying the user permission, you might notice there are two different UIs for creating the items depending on the role. The right one is for the user, the left one is for the manager. As a result, we're diving into the step for each role. The first one is for the manager role. In the UI, we can easily see how many fields are available and which are required. The required field is marked in the red start. How about in the API? Here we call the get user/me endpoint. The API response is too long, so we split it into two parts. While verifying the user permission, in the permitted actions, it also provides the field information. The green one are field available, and the ones marked in the red are required field. We call the mandatory field. For a manager, after creating an item, the created item will be transitioned to the submit state with the state ID SBC-1 immediately. So we must check the mandatory field of the item colon create. Also check the one under the transition, so we need this 7 required field. Now I believe already know which field are available, which one is required when creating an item. So now we'll follow the UI to prepare the data for creating the items using the post item endpoint. Here we can see the spec session and the custom number and the title. And we can call the get specs to get a spec session ID. If there's no any spec session in your project, we can call a post spec to create one. Then optionally, we can call the get items column next custom identifier to get a next custom identifier for this number field. This is only for you want to specify the custom number during the item creation. And here is an example post body. And here we only show the required field in the white color. Now let's do it in the Postman. And let's check the stat 2 for the spec session. And here we'll take the first one as an input. And that is the custom numbering. We call this endpoint. Then we see the next custom identifier is 140. We also use this value as input. And next is we can see the package template, watcher type, and the responsible contract, and submitter due date and priority. And we can call a get package, get template, and get item pie to get a data ID. And for the response contract, we can use the admin API. With the admin API, we can get a user and a company, but it doesn't support the royal in the construction project. So we use the data connector API as a workaround. And we can set the priority to this item, but the list value are hard-coded. So when we specify the value, we need to use this hard code, the string values, low, normal, and height. If we don't set any, you'll use a normal as default. Here's the example post body. We only show the required field in white color. And as mentioned before, we don't support creating review step test. So here we pass the existing template ID to assign the review step and test to submit items during the creation. Okay, let's do it in the Postman. And first is the item type. We call this endpoint. And review template. Gather this one. And here, because we will take the first one as an input, we have a script will automatically set those values. And 1 second for the responsible user. We have a cheating step here and copy it to here. Then we call the admin API. Then we'll take this one as a responsible contract. And yes, you can see the script will take the first data. Okay. Now here is the optional field. So we just show the example JSON body. We don't do any API codes. And here's the full example with the required field. And don't forget to specify the state ID. As for a manager, the state ID is SBC-1. Then let's do it in the Postman. And here is for manager. And here, as you can see, this will have a package, but we don't mention it in the slide. So we'll go to the API reference and go to find the package and call this endpoint. And we will take the first one as the package ID. Now go back to the post items. Now everything is okay. Then here in the pre-request script, we'll set the item name with a random GUID to avoid the duplicate names. And we'll also set the item due date. Use the current type after 7 days later. And now we can check everything is okay. And as it is post value, we'll use this pre-request script, so it won't show the value, but others is okay. Then we can click the send. Now here the data is created, and we can see the status for 1 created, which means our items are created. And we can check here, and we can see this was created just now. Now, after learning how to create an item for a manager, let's look at how to do a similar thing for Submittal users, the non-manager roles. Similar to the manager role, we split the API response into 2 parts because it's too long. Then we can see the available field here and the required field in the mandatory fields and here. And for a normal user role, after creating the item, the created item will be transitioned to the prepare for review with the state ID manager-1 immediately. So here we check the mandatory field for required. We can see it only has this required field under the permitted action. Under the transition, it's null. So we just use this 6 required field. The basic step is similar to the manager role to get a spec session ID, item type ID, and give the title. Here's an example post body. Will only show the required field. And we talk about the type ID already, so we skip it in this slide. So we just call this get mappings for the manager's Autodesk ID. Additionally, as a user role, we can add an attachment when creating the submittal item, but we'll skip this part and we'll cover it in the other video. Here's the example of this body, and here is the full example with the required field. And don't forget the state ID. For user role, the state ID will be mgr-1. Then let's do it in the Postman. We need to re-log in, go back to here. Now we'll get a 3-letter token for this user role. And first, we verify the permission, and as we can see, this user has the item created permission, and we can create the item and transit to the ngr-1. Then we get a spec session and then item type. And this custom numbering is for admin only, so we skip this part. But here we'll get the admin mapping for the manager. Here in this script, we'll check the first one. And then, so the template is admin only. And here we'll use this script to create item for the user. As you can see, everything is prepared. And similar to the create by manager, the item name is item due date will be created using the pre-request script. So we don't see the value here. Postman will automatically fill in this value after we click this button. So now let's click. As you can see, this item is created. We'll see this one and go to the items, search this one, and see this created by today. And just now. Now, congratulations, you have learned how to create submittal items. This is all the content for this video. And to get our updates, don't forget to sign up to our newsletter and follow us on the LinkedIn page. Also to subscribe our YouTube channel to get a video update notification. We hope it helped you get started with the Submittal API. See you next time. Bye bye.